Correct.
Just one second. Excuse me, lady in the shirt. Who are you? No, who are you? Are you here? You're a friend? Well, friend, this is not visitation, and you're talking to inmates in the box. And let me tell you what the problem with that is. The problem with that, oh, don't give me attitude. The problem with that is the fact that the officers are in charge of security and you're messing with security. So friend of the person in the box, step outside the courtroom.
In a courtroom packed with routine cases, one woman pleads to settle a traffic ticket on the spot until the judge stuns her with the truth. Jail is still on the table. Her confusion turns into panic as options spiral beyond her control.
R is 0654, State of Texas versus Dominique Michael Clark Brinkley. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
Mario Moreno.
And are you Mr. Brinkley?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest on April 17th. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court deferred finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication.
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state opposes your application. They're taking in consideration 2022 CR 5308 and 2023 CR 0224. And there's to be restitution to the complainant.
Tarara Maxwell appears before the court, confused about her failure to appear. The judge informs her this is now her first official hearing for an expired registration. While the charge is minor, the possible sentence ranges up to 6 months in jail and a $2,500 fine, leaving her visibly overwhelmed.
And you were subjected to the full range of punishment if you didn't appear for sentencing, but you are here. So have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any objection?
No objection.
State, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. Defense has 3 witnesses to present to the court today, including Mr. Brinkley.
All right, call your witness.
First, the defense would call Ariana Donovan.
All right, Ariana Donovan. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. You're going to need to speak up so the court reporter can hear. All right, state your name for the record.
Ariana Donovan,
All right, how do you spell your first name?
Aryanna.
All right, defense.
Ms. Donovan, good morning.
Good morning.
Could you explain to the court, please, what your relationship is with Dominic?
I'm his girlfriend and the mother of his child.
Are you asking the court today?
The judge explains typical outcomes: $50 fine, probation, but offers no promises. He introduces diversion, which could keep the charge off her record, yet warns her past citations may complicate eligibility. She admits she's never had diversion, but might be interested, unsure what it really involves.
To sentence Dominic to prison or for probation?
Probation.
And why is that?
Well, I wanted them to raise our child. So, because I know how it is to not have parents in my life, being in jail. So I just don't want that from her.
So in the interview that Dominic provided to probation, he had mentioned that he was mostly raised from childhood by his aunt and uncle. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Can you explain to the court how he ended up in the custody of his aunt and uncle?
Due to domestic violence between his father, him, and his younger brother were both removed from my custody, and my aunt legally adopted them.
And just so the judge is aware, was this domestic violence? Were you charged with domestic violence? Were you an aggressor in these situations?
No, I was the victim.
Did you feel that because of that circumstances, you felt Dominic would have been safer in the custody of your aunt and uncle?
Faced with multiple legal options, Tarara becomes overwhelmed. The judge patiently outlines each path: plea, trial, diversion, or hiring a lawyer. She insists she thought the issue was resolved. Her husband paid the fee. Her confusion deepens. As reality sets in, this isn't just a simple traffic matter anymore.
That's correct.
After he was put into the custody of your aunt and uncle, were you just no longer involved with his life?
I won't say he made a mistake. He made some really bad choices in that time frame. My dad had just passed away like 2 months before that, and a lot was going on with me and him and his younger brother. He felt like the one person who was always there for him was gone.
Since he was arrested for this charge, the aggravated robbery charge, how would you describe, I guess, the changes that he's made in his life, improvements, if any?
He started to get his life on track as far as employment and talk about school, getting his GED, and
Is also accused of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle and theft of that motor vehicle on June 23rd, 2021.
that's correct.
Just one second. Excuse me, lady in the shirt. Who are you? No, who are you?
The judge enters a not guilty plea on her behalf, assuring her she can change it later. He schedules a trial date, reminding her it's not final. But Tarara doesn't understand. What am I even taking to trial? She pleads. She thought showing up today would be the end of it.
Are you here? You're a friend? Well, friend, this is not visitation, and you're talking to inmates in the box. And let me tell you what the problem with that is. The problem with that, oh, don't give me attitude. The problem with that is the fact that the officers are in charge of security and you're messing with security. So friend of the person in the box, step outside the courtroom. And the friend in the box, this is not visitation. You need to do that at the jail. No. Okay. Yes.
Yes, I am aware that he had those other two charges. One of the charges actually, the vehicle in question was actually stolen by my other son.
So I guess since you brought it up, your other son, so two of your sons, one being the oldest, and then Isaiah is the next one. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So both of them are out car hopping. You know what that means?
Yes.
What does that mean?
They're basically going from car to car, getting whatever they can out of it.
Were they living with you at this time?
No.
Well, you stated that he didn't.
Still rattled, Tarara says she doesn't care about her record. She just wants to be done today. The judge warns that doing so means representing herself and waiving legal counsel. He outlines probation terms and repeats, "This is serious." Her anxiety grows as she whispers, "I don't want to go to jail."
The defendant in this case, your son, didn't he come to live with you when he was 17 or 18?
When he turned 18, he did.
Okay, so how old was he when he was committing these felonies? Because he has to be 18 or older, so he was staying with you when he was 18. So you're aware that, I mean, when he was committing theft of vehicle or unauthorized use of motor vehicle, he was staying with you, is that right?
At first, he did go back and forth. It wasn't like one day he brought all his stuff and moved in. It was, he came, he stayed the weekend, and then it was, it kind of just solidified into like a permanent thing. Isaiah ended up going back to my aunt's because he didn't have a choice.
So to be fair, I mean, your sons and your children are moving from your house to somebody else's house. You don't know exactly where they are, do you?
I don't agree with that
Okay, so you know where they're at all times?
for the most part.
So on December 25th, going into December 26th, when this aggravated robbery where their shooting happened, you knew where they were on Christmas night?
I didn't know where they were at that time. No.
Okay. So now do you agree with me that you don't know where they're at all times?
Well, I don't think anybody knows where their children are at all times when they're at that age.
On Christmas night?
Tarara finally asks if she even needs an attorney. The judge clarifies many don't, but he can't advise her either way. Still visibly shaken, she agrees to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, but then reveals she's a realtor, which could disqualify her from free legal assistance.
All right, any other questions?
No questions, yeah.
I just have a few questions, if there's no objection.
No objection, State Your Honor.
All right, so were your parental rights terminated?
No, I actually relinquished my rights. It was an ongoing CPS case, and they basically told me I had ran out of time. They'd already given me an extension.
So that means that there was a legal case, am I correct?
Yes,
And as a part of that legal case, there were certain things you had to complete.
before I relinquished my rights. That's
No, there were certain things that you had to complete because they were giving you a chance to have your children in your custody, correct?
correct.
So what did you not complete?
I actually didn't complete, well, I didn't maintain my sobriety at that time.
Okay.
So I went into inpatient.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in and giving me some insight into your son.
Dominic, do you understand why we're here today?
I do understand.
You understand that you're facing the potential possibility, if the judge follows this agreement, for a maximum of 8 years in prison.
I do understand.
What are you asking of the judge today?
After a recess to fill out the application, Tarara abruptly changes her mind. She no longer wants an attorney, she wants diversion instead. The judge warns her again, diversion isn't guaranteed. If denied, she'll return to square one and must be ready for trial, with or without representation.
Your Honor, I really just want to ask for forgiveness. If I had the chance to speak to the victim and let him know how sorry I am and how bad I feel for the incident and what went down that night, I wish I could come up with the words to apologize to him. I really don't think that there's enough words or things that I can say to him that is going to make it better. I was traumatized that day. I was also shot. And I just can't imagine how traumatized that his family and he is. And if I had the opportunity to apologize, I would do so. I don't think that that would take it away or make things better. But if I had the opportunity to go back in time and fix things and not do them the way that I did them, I would. I really am just praying and asking that you give me a chance, Your Honor. I make some very bad choices and I'm trying to turn that around. I didn't have a father figure to tell me the right from wrong. So I learned the hard way. And this is one of those many times that I'm learning the hard way. I just please ask you that you give me.
Still, unsure, Tarara can't even decide if she's pleading guilty. The judge tries to simplify things, walking her through scenarios. He offers one final path: plead guilty or no contest, get sentenced or seek diversion and risk returning for trial. But the clock is ticking. October marks 1 year since the ticket.
A little bit of leniency and push for the probation instead of prison time, so that way I can be there around my daughter while she grows up and she doesn't have to grow up without a father like I did. The same thing as my fiance. She grew up without her father, and I don't want that for my baby girl. I was also molested as a kid. And I don't want that for my daughter. I don't want her to not have her parents around to watch her, to know that she's okay 25/8. I don't want her to make the wrong choices that I did. And I don't want her to have to grow up without a father figure. I am extremely sorry for my actions and my part in the incident, but I really do not believe that I deserve time because I didn't play the part in shooting the gun, and I take full responsibility for my actions. I was there and I made that decision to do so. I just hope that the victim can find some type of forgiveness for me. And I hope that you can understand that I really was just a broken soul at that time, and I'm really trying to turn myself around now, man.
After back and forth with the prosecutor, the court resets her case for September 22nd. The judge makes it clear, by then, she must have pursued diversion or be ready for trial. If she wants legal counsel, the window to apply or hire someone is closing fast.
I really am. And I'm doing everything I can to do so. I'm working, I'm providing for my baby girl. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I haven't had any violations on my monitor. I've gone to and from work, done what I was supposed to do. And I will do more to prove that I am capable of succeeding and growing and becoming a better man as time goes by. I'll do any type of counseling, any type of anger management problems.
In the end, what began as a simple traffic charge spiraled into a legal maze. For Tarara Maxwell, confusion, fear, and procedural chaos turned a missed court date into a months-long battle with high stakes. The judge hopes she used this time to get answers and come back prepared.